Guys, today we're going to talk about how we can efficiently earn all 3 trophies in DLC Pack 4 for Assassin's Creed Shadows. This includes the All Clear trophy for clearing 5 corrupted castles, Skill Swap for training Kinu and Kane, and the obnoxiously grindy Master Builder, which requires we get to Hideout Level 13. So we're going to start with Skill Swap. For this one, you need to start the quest A Puzzlement, which is here on your map. If we zoom in a little, so you're going to go there, find the 2 guys to talk to, and begin that quest. It's pretty straightforward. When you first meet them, they're going to give you a scroll and an amulet. You're going to equip the trinket, which will enable you to find this glyph. When you find the glyph, you need to L2 or left trigger on the glyph in order to progress the quest. For some reason, this had me stumped for a good long while. So after doing a series of simple quests for them over a period of multiple days, you will eventually unlock the Skill Swap trophy/achievement and get a bunch of gear. Okay, let's do All Clear next for clearing 5 corrupted castles. So this one's also pretty straightforward. You're looking for these rainbow colored castles on your map. If you don't see any, you may need to progress the season before they spawn. And I also chose to do the ones that had the smallest number of enemies to kill. So in this case, I only need to kill 1 enemy and open 1 chest. So we'll just show you that real quick. Here's our boss we've got to kill. And it counts as completed after we open the chest. So that's 1 of 5 corrupted castles done. You can either do all 5 of these one after each other, or you can mix this in with the longer grind for Master Builder. But whichever way you choose to do it, after your 5th castle and 5th unlocked chest, you will pop the All Clear trophy/achievement. Okay, let's talk about Master Builder. Depending on what your current hideout level is, this one is going to be a little bit of a grind. This took me about 7 hours, and I was starting from hideout level 10. So for this trophy, you are going to need to build and fully upgrade every type of building in your hideout. And these are the 10 that you will need to build and fully upgrade. You will want to upgrade your stables as one of your first things to upgrade, as this will get you more resources from smuggling stockpiles. After that, consider building and upgrading a study, as this gives you additional scouts. Now, in order to upgrade them, you're going to need hideout resources. These are crops, wood, minerals, and money. Now there's 3 ways we get these hideout resources. We get them via smuggling, we get them via a very specific type of contract, and we get them from port traders. So let's talk about smuggling first. I'm going to show you the route that I use each and every season. I always start here at this castle. Once I spawn in, there's always a key in this building. So we hop on down and go grab that key. Then we're going to head downstairs to the basement of the big tower. We're actually going to head down in that area, but in order to smuggle the resources, we do need to be anonymous, so I'm just going to kill everybody before I get down there. Okay, now we're smuggling our first set of resources for this season. And now we just exit the castle. And we wait until all our reds turn yellow or grey so that we can fast travel. Next stop is Mount Congo for us. Spawn in, run down the hill, then hang a right before you get to the camp. You're looking for this log. We're going to jump off this log into the haystack. Do 2 assassinations. Now these were crafting materials that I grabbed, which we don't need for hideout upgrades, but I grabbed them because later on I can sell them for money, which we do need for hideout upgrades. And again, we're just going to smuggle our 3 sets of resources from this location. And again, exit the area till our red bars turn yellow and we can fast travel. Next up is the Bamboo Cutter's Watchtower. Spawn in, dive off, turn around, head back up the path. And there are 3 bundles we're going to smuggle out of this camp. Okay, we're done with this camp, so again we head out till our red bars turn yellow and fast travel. Now I'm going to show you refreshing some scouts. The frequency that you need to do this will depend on how many scouts you have available and how upgraded your hideout already is. But you're going to go to any random hideout on the map, look for the colourful bags hanging on the wall and refill your scouts so you can continue to do more smuggling. Okay, next up is this castle, which is in the middle-ish of the map. We're going to spawn in and go grab a key first. Drop down here and the key is just inside this room. Pick it up off the ground. And then I'm just quickly exiting the castle till my red bars turn yellow so I can fast travel back to it quickly. This time, after we jump down to the haystack, we're going to turn around, climb the wall, go in the window, head downstairs. And there are 3 bundles here we're going to smuggle. And we're going to use the key to unlock the door and smuggle 2 more bundles. And then again, we simply leave the castle and fast travel. Okay, that's it for the defined locations that I go and smuggle every season. After we've done that last castle, we now move to contracts. We're going to do 1 contract in each region of the map. And we do these contracts by going to any hideout in that particular region. So I'm going to start here. We're going to go to our contracts box, and you're going to see there's 3 different contracts we could pick. We don't want to do this one because this does not have hideout resources for us. We also don't want to do this one. This is crafting materials it's going to give us, which we don't need. This is the contract we're going to do, as it rewards hideout materials. And in every region, there'll be one of these. It's going to be a liberate or a steal or a plunder style contract. So we're going to accept and track this. Now it's highlighted the location we need to go on the map. So we're going to fast travel to the closest lookout or hideout we have to that location. And then we're going to ride to that location. And this one's a good example of double duty. Again, we're riding here because I'm going to steal some resources that are marked in this camp. But this camp also has lots of resources that can be smuggled. So while this camp was not on my list of defined areas that I'm going to go smuggle every season, I'm being opportunistic as we're here anyway to steal resources. We're also going to smuggle some resources. So we go grab the key, unlock the door, kill a few more enemies to become anonymous, and take the opportunity to smuggle these resources even though we're here to steal stuff under a contract. Okay, now off to go find the things we originally came here for to steal. And there they are. Again, kill a few more enemies. And steal the resources there by completing the contract. And as you can see, we get quite a lot of hideout resources for doing this. Do be on the lookout for extra hideout resources just lying around on the ground for you to pick up. So that was that contract done for that region. Now we go to a different hideout in a different region and do the same style contract in that region. And again, we're going to do one of these contracts in each region per season. After we've done one in each region, then it's time to move on to the port traders. You're looking for this anchor symbol on the map. There'll be a few of them on the map. It doesn't matter which one you pick. They're all the same. You can only do one per season. So you're going to fast travel to somewhere close, go visit that port trader, and each season, the port traders as a whole will have hideout resources you can buy. Once you've bought from one port trader for that season, then you've bought from all the port traders for that season. Now you'll also want to head over to his selling tab, because as you can see, I'm down to like 21 money, and then you need tens of thousands to upgrade your hideout. So I'm going to sell him a bunch of crafting materials that I'm never going to use and get a bunch of money. Note, you can also sell him all of the gear that you're finding while you're doing these contracts and smuggling. Okay, so let's summarize everything we've done this particular season. We've visited a bunch of defined locations and smuggled the stockpiles in them. We've done one steal or plunder contract per region, and we visited the port traders, purchasing all of their hideout materials and possibly selling them a bunch of stuff. Then it's time to advance the season so that all of those goodies are delivered to your hideout. So when the season clock is either at south or north, you'll be able to use the D-pad to force an advance of the season. And in my case, I went through probably 4 or 5 or 6 seasonal changes, doing my smuggling run, my contracts, and my port traders each time. And in the end, that finally awarded me enough hideout resources that I could fully build and upgrade everything in the hideout. And when you do the same, you will unlock the Master Builder trophy/achievement. And that's it, guys. That's how you can fairly efficiently unlock all 3 trophies in the DLC Pack 4 for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you in the next one.